It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. A series of Pacific storm systems will continue to impact the western U.S. into the weekend with periods of strong to damaging winds, high surf, heavy lower elevation rain, and heavy mountain snow. Severe thunderstorms are expected for tomorrow from north central Louisiana to west central Alabama. Damaging winds, large hail, and strong tornadoes remain a possibility. Closer to home, slightly cooler today than near record warmth early next week. Dry conditions with above normal temperatures remain for the remainder of the year. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Bishop Peter Baldacchino and Deacon John Eric Munson of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Las Cruces visited both the Otero County Prison Facility and the Otero County Processing Center on Christmas. The first stop was the prison, where they offered Mass to the state population. Afterwards, they went around the federal dormitories and the restrictive housing unit of the facility to bless those who could not attend Mass. At the processing center, they went around each dormitory to bless the men and women housed, including staff. Baldacchino offered words of encouragement to the population of each of the facilities and reminded them to not lose faith. The 704th Test Group, a unit of Arnold Engineering Development Complex, has an extensive history of pushing the limits of mankind's capabilities, including developing an effective navigation system. And this is where the 746th Test Squadron, one of the test organizations within the 704th, comes into play. U.S. Space Force Captain Gordon McCullough, a 746 Test Squadron flight commander, is among the many service members and civilians who work to revolutionize the military's assets. Driven by a lifelong passion for space exploration, McCullough joined the Space Force, ultimately finding his place within the 746th, where he and others contributed to advancing cutting-edge aerospace technology and innovation. From electromagnet warfare to positioning to navigation, timing critical infrastructure sectors, McCullough and the 746th ensure that everything is operating at peak facility. The 746th Test Squadron and the U.S. Space Force collaborate to advance new technologies that improve operational capabilities and then turn ideas into practical innovations. Alamogordo Daily News editor Elva Osterreich spoke about a new theater group in the city.
Yeah, the Rebel Music Theater is a collaboration of people from various walks of the stage around the area. From Alamogordo Music Theater to Oso Productions in Ruidoso, RMT's first venture begins with a night of Broadway review, which is on January 10th, 11th, and 12th at the Otero Art Space in Alamogordo. This type of theater is vital because it empowers local talent, strengthens community bonds, and makes the arts accessible, according to one of the founders, Jordan Marlich.
Osterreich appeared on KRWG. A fundraiser is taking place, and pies are for sale. This story already has my undivided attention. We heard from Greg Gutierrez.
I wanted to let you all know we're going to be selling apple pies and pecan pies. $15 for the pecan pies or $12 for the apple pies. If you are interested in purchasing one, please let me know either by Facebook or text message 480-489-1111. Pickup will be on New Year's Eve, and we can arrange delivery in special circumstances. Again, that's $15 for pecan pie or $12 for apple pie, and the profits will be used to help the homeless children of Otero County to find stable shelter. We are working with Otero County LULAC, and I'm also working with Donnie's Sweet Treats. That's Christine Grubb.
If you have any questions, call or text Greg at 480-489-1111. Tularosa High School Cheerleader Squad is having a brisket dinner, $10 a plate. Brisket, beans, mashed potatoes, red chili, and a dinner roll. That's happening on January 3rd at the Tularosa High School cafeteria, starting at 11 a.m. until sellout. Pick up, delivery, or walk-in. If you have any questions, contact Samantha, 575-921-8510. Well, today is Friday. That means we get a cat chat from Kitty City, NM.
This is Kathy Denton with Kitty City, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. I hope everyone had a very meowing Christmas, and with the end of 2024 just around the corner, we are excited to introduce you to 3 Happy New Year kitties for the Happy New Year. First is Snowy, a handsome 3-year-old long-haired big boy. Snowy's fur is as white as snow, and his eyes are as blue as the New Mexico sky. Snowy will be forever happy when he gets his new home, where he will be kept indoors, safe, loved, and spoiled. He is neutered and microchipped. A very happy girl new to Kitty City is Ramona. This girl has a lot of colors going on. She looks like a tabby calico mix. Her prominent colors are dark gray, orange, and white, and her beautiful fur coat includes stripes, spots, swirls, and solids. We've never seen a tabby with as many colors and markings as Ramona has. Our description alone does not do her justice. You really need to see her to realize what a unique beauty Ramona is. As pretty as she is, what makes Ramona truly special is her delightful personality. Of course, she loves everyone. Visitors to her room will soon find Ramona rubbing against her leg for attention and affection. The most enduring quirk we've learned about Ramona is that she walks and hops sideways when she's in a playful mood and wanting a human to give her affection. Ramona will be 3 years old in March and is spayed, vaccinated, and microchipped. Another happy little girl is Dottie, a short-haired black kitty. She is fairly new to Kitty City and came to us from a loving and happy foster home. Dottie is an extremely lovable kitty at 1.5 years old. She has a great appetite, but is very small in size for an adult cat. She is very affectionate and loves treats, pets, and attention. However, Dottie is just not into dogs, especially large ones. So, it would be best for her if Dottie was adopted by someone who has no dogs and has no plans of bringing any dogs into the home. However, Dottie does like other cats, especially kittens. Dottie is spayed and current owner vaccinations. These are just 3 of the many happy kitties at Kitty City. But what would make them even happier would be to find their forever home for the new year. Come visit Snowy, Ramona, Dottie, and all the kitties at 56 Stanley Ranch Road. Or visit our website, www.kittycitynm.com, to see the large variety of cats and kittens. Tomorrow, Saturday, December 28th, there will be no Kitty City adoption event at the White Sands Mall. Instead, come visit Kitty City at 56 Stanley Ranch Road on Saturday, December 28th from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon, or visit Alamogordo Animal Control at 2910 Florida Avenue from 12 noon to 5 p.m. You could find your forever friend either at Kitty City or Alamogordo Animal Control. Kitty City and Alamogordo Animal Control will be back at the White Sands Mall in 2025, Saturdays, January 4, 11, and 25. This has been this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'm Kathy Denton, and I'll be talking to you next week. Wow! Next year from Kitty City. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
The Santa Fe Police Department have arrested a man and charged him with aggravated battery after he spent the night inside of a Walmart. An employee was at the Santa Fe Walmart location on Christmas Day in order to make some preparations for the following day, and while he was inside, he heard some movement. He later saw a man, identified as Rodolfo Mendiola, walking around the store. Officers were called and later apprehended Mendiola without incident. Police say during the course of the investigation, they learned that Mendiola entered the store during business hours on Christmas Eve and hid in the clothing section until the store was closed. He waited for all the employees to leave and remained in the store. Police say surveillance video captured Mendiola gathering items of merchandise and loading them into shopping carts in preparation to remove them from the store. He forced his entry into a locked knife cabinet. He drank several bottles of alcohol and damaged multiple electronic display cases. The estimated total amount of merchandise Mendiola intended to steal from the business was over $25,000. Mendiola also has some previous shoplifting incidents at this store in 2023 and 2024. He had an active trespass order against him. He was arrested for aggravated burglary, attempted to commit a felony, larceny, criminal damage, resisting, and criminal trespass. $180 million in funding from the bipartisan infrastructure deal will soon be used for water projects in New Mexico, and that includes rechanneling part of the Rio Grande. The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation says this could help farmers in the Mesilla Valley by delivering more water to Elephant Butte. A section of the Rio Grande near San Marcial currently sits higher than the valley floor it runs through. The area is just above the former northern tip of Elephant Butte.
The project is going to contribute to moving the water that we have more efficiently, and I think that's going to be the biggest benefit from it.
Ashley Rudolph, manager of the project, speaking with KVIA, she says the last time the river was rechanneled in this area was back in the 1950s.
10,000 acre feet or more can really mean a lot to those downstream communities.
Elephant Butte Reservoir currently sits at 8.7% of capacity, around 173,000 acre-feet of water. It reached a high of around 20% during the summer months. Rudolph says preliminary studies of the project showed tens of thousands of more acre-feet of water would reach the lake after rechanneling. The amount of water projected to flow from the rechanneling, however, is not expected to bring the lake's water levels back to the glory days of the 1990s. That's when the lake was near or at capacity. The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation says this project is expected to start at the beginning of 2026. The city of Gallup is expanding transportation options by offering more direct flights to and from major cities. Since the city relaunched commercial air service 2 years ago, the people of Gallup have had one daily flight to Phoenix. Due to high demand, they can now hit the skies from the airport to Sin City as well. Gallup's tourism and marketing manager, Matt Robinson, spoke with KRQE.
The city really has a lot of hopes centered around the airport, not just the expanded services and ability for our community to get out to the world and to the country, but for tourism to come into our community.
The grant funds were previously used to fund direct flights to and from Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. In addition to facilitating tourism and business travel, the city says it also helps the community have better access to health care. It's about time for the big chili drop to ring in the new year.
Las Cruces, of course, has the chili drop, and so there's this enormous chili pepper that lights up either red or green depending on how people vote. And so if you go to the downtown Plaza de Las Cruces on New Year's Eve starting at 5 p.m., there's actually a way for you to vote online from your phone whether you want it to be red or green, and then they determine by vote of the people whether it's going to be red or green. It's the color that it lights up. They make a big thing about it, and it lowers on right around midnight.
Las Cruces Bulletin Managing Editor Algernon Diamasa speaking with KRWG. Live music, games, and more. Admission is free. Check out Las Cruces Chili Drop on Facebook if you have any questions or need more details. Sports and weather are coming up next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 31 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including the Young Women's STEAM Research and Preparatory Academy. They're visiting Chaparral. 30 games for New Mexico varsity basketball, including Rama at Ruidoso. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 61, low tonight of 38. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 34, high tomorrow, 61 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting up to 21 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting up to 24. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 22. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 43. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 16. Low tonight of 27. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 17. High tomorrow, 45. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 16 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.